All right, guys, so here's Cruz. We just wanted to give a quick tutorial on your equipment. We just picked them up on Thursday night. Um, and I know it can be a little confusing if this is your first year playing. There's a lot of parts and pieces going on here. So um, if you played before, this is probably just a refresher. But if this is your first time, we just wanted to go over some of the options that you have and how it all goes together. So we're ready for our first week of practice, the week of the 12th. We won't be wearing pads that week, but going forward, we will all be prepared and ready to go. So, Cruz, let's start with the helmet. Um, Pretty straightforward. You got a chin strap, so you'll go ahead and want to get that snapped in. The best way is to take the top strap and run it through underneath the face mask here and snap that in. And these two will typically always stay snapped. And Cruz, if you want to go ahead and just put it on. You'll see that the chin strap will line up once the bottom straps will come underneath here, and you can see almost a groove. And some of the helmets may just be a little different style, but it should be similar. So these will snap in and line up the chin strap on his chin. And it should be snug, not to a point where it's pinching or hurting, but we do want it to be snugged up so the helmet is safe. And then you can use the mouth guard that you received at equipment pickup, or there's a lot of different styles. Dick's Sporting Goods or other online sporting goods stores. There's lots of different varieties, but it's the requirement is that the mouth guard has to have a tether so that it's attached to the helmet at all times. You can go ahead and pop the helmet off, Cruz, and we'll go from there. We'll go to the shoulder pads. So just a quick reminder: this is the practice jersey. I'm gonna pull that up. If you haven't gotten that ordered yet, we want to go ahead and get a hold of KV Sports in South Lyon and get that ordered. I don't know how long the turnaround is going to be. I know that we just got a call. Our youngest son, we got his ordered about a month ago, and they're getting produced right now. So I think if you haven't got it ordered, go ahead and give them a call, and you should have time to get that before our first full pad practices. So here's our shoulder pads. They're just real quickly. There's a tie on the front, and then buckles on the side that'll snap together. So you go ahead and throw them on, Cruz. Go ahead and tie up the front. And you just want to tighten that down. And then when we set up the buckles on the side, we want to make sure that they are nice and snug, just like the chin strap on the helmet. We don't want it so tight that it's restraining their breathing or causing any pain. But we do want them nice and snug on the side so that they're not moving around and they're protecting their players safely. So try to do this with one hand, Cruz. Can you reach it?
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and snap it in. And then the same on the other side. We did it without the jersey on, just so you could see how it all fits. But it's typically easier if you go ahead before you put the shoulder pads on, go ahead and slide the jersey onto the shoulder pads, and then you can put it all on at once. It's a lot easier than trying to put the jersey over the shoulder pads when the player's already wearing them. So that's the shoulder pads, and we'll work our way down. Cruz, you can go ahead and pop those off, and we'll talk about rib vests. With the rib vests, we do have a couple options. This black rib vest is what you should have received at equipment pickup, and just like it sounds, it's a vest, and it'll have some straps on the front. Go through the buckles and slide back and Velcro down. And so the rib vest is designed to protect the ribs and the back kidney area. Okay, so we got padding here and along the sides. These rib vests work just fine, but they can be a little bit bulky. The other option that you can go purchase if you would like is the integrated shirt. If you want to grab that, Cruz, it's a shirt. We got it at Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm sure there's lots of online places where you can find them, but you can see there are different padding areas around the shirt and also on the shoulders, and it's just more comfortable. It is a tight-fitting shirt. It's not going to, it doesn't move around much the way that the rib vest does. So completely your option, but that is an option that a lot of the kids like to use, and it's a little bit more comfortable for them if he can get it on. And so you can see that it all lines up with those same areas that the rib vest was protecting, and but it's going to follow his body movements at all times, so a little more comfortable. Now, heading down, here's our pants. The white pants are going to be for practice, and the blue pants are going to be for games. Each have a practice belt that, matching. White goes with white, blue goes with blue. And you can see there's slots here that the belt's going to weave back and forth through. So we want to make sure that they've got the belt every day at practice in the game. Otherwise, the pants will be falling down on them. There's two options as far as the pads go under your pants. What Cruz uses is, again, another integrated setup. And so these integrated shorts, they include the thigh pads, and then they also include the hip pads on both sides and the tailbone pad. If you don't have the integrated shorts, and again, those you can purchase at a sporting goods store or online, you'll have individual hip pads, tailbone pads, thigh pads, and then everybody's going to have these knee pads. So just so you see them, these are the knee pads. The thigh pads will be more of a rectangular shape, and you'll you'll see that they match up with the insert lining on the pants here, and they just slide in on the inside of the pants. There is a pocket that they slide into, and the knee pads will be placed in this direction, and with the rounded side going down and the straight side on the top. So those will go in all pants, whether you have the integrated shorts or just the pads that are provided for your thighs, hip pads, and the tailbone pads. So I just wanted to give that overview. Don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed. If you have any questions, get a hold of us. We're happy to help you get set up or point you in a direction of anything that you need. Another point with the mouth guards, it is a good idea to have an extra one or two, just in case something happens between home and practice, or between home and the game. We have to have the mouth guard. They cannot be on the field without it. So if one gets lost, at least to have a backup somewhere that we can use. So again, if you have any questions, let us know and we'll walk you through it. And if you have any equipment issues, something's not fitting correctly, or something's damaged or missing, let us know, and we will get a replacement for you and get that all set up. And again, get the kids used to this equipment. Let them put it on. Let them run around in the yard with it on. It'll get them acclimated a little bit quicker for when we start wearing pads in practice, and especially the helmet. We will be wearing the helmet during conditioning, so that first full week of practice, the week of the 12th. So we'll want to have them wear that around and get used to that weight on their head, and we'll have a great start to practice.